I figured that's fine. Hello to anybody that's just sitting there waiting at their computer for us to go live.
Desperately waiting. No, we've got you've opened a beer, haven't you?
Not yet, no.
Oh, okay, because we've got that one that we were going to share that Dad brought us.
Oh.
That we were going to share.
Well, you can ask him if he wants to do that, since it's his beer.
He keeps forgetting about it, but
well, you should still ask him.
Hey, Steve, want to do that Parish beer? You already have a beer?
He usually goes through several.
I mean,
I'll just put away my super fun.
I mean,
whatever the fuck this is. I don't know how you say that.
Glurga? Glurga?
Yeah.
Glurga.
Well, we'll figure that out next week. I'll put my beer back.
Fine. I can't quite. I can almost read this.
Gimme.
Is anybody even here?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna move this.
Looks like there is.
Yay!
Caribbean Shade.
Ah, yes. So there you have it.
Well, isn't that fun?
It is. It's from Parish. Dad picked it up the last time he was.
Yep, I remember him bringing it back.
Yep. We just haven't had it yet because we keep forgetting about it because it's not in the beer refrigerator.
You're right, it's not in the beer refrigerator. We already have 7 viewers.
Wow.
What is happening? Hi Tori. Good to see you. I was gonna do one of the beers that we got from Rally Cap, but my mom brought out this gorgeous thing instead. Chris is here. Hello, Chris.
Chris.
Koya.
Koya. Ha! You're awake?
Yeah, I know, right? William, come on over. We'll pour you a beer.
Absolutely.
Yep. And let's see. Hi, Weston. We will certainly do our best to cheer you up. I'm sorry you got more bad news, but you're with us now.
Oh,
And hopefully we can make it just a little bit better for you.
Someone's asking if I drank the green beer.
Tori is asking if you drank the green beer. She did drink the green
I need
beer.
to get a glass.
Well,
I did.
she
I
tried
closed my
it.
eyes.
Yes. So here's the funniest thing about the green beer, is if
it
you guys,
tasted green.
it tasted good, but here's the thing. So this man here is notorious
That man?
for hating IPAs, and this was a milkshake IPA that tasted like watermelon Airheads, and he liked it. He really liked it. Like he actually.
Kind of disgusted with myself.
Yeah, you didn't even rate it on Untappd.
No, I refuse.
Exactly.
Because they're
It's
watching.
an IPA. I will not rate an IPA.
Yeah.
Here's
So,
my,
so yeah, that was fun. The green beer also exploded all over the place. Somehow, at some point, it must have gotten too warm. The guy warned me about that, and I tried really hard to keep it cold. Like I went home after the brewery, I put it in Tori's refrigerator. The longest it was out of the refrigerator was on the 1-hour drive home, but I guess that was all it took.
you know, those beers. Those beers. Wait, Tori, you're giving me the devil smile? That means that you were encouraging her.
Oh yeah, we discussed it. We discussed the whole thing, because she
You
was.
disgust me.
I'm a trust fund, baby. You can trust me. But no, she was at Rally Cap with me whenever I was saying, I'm going to buy this beer, bring it home, and make my mother drink it.
It's true. Oh, and hi, Bill.
Oh, good. Bill's here.
Yay.
And David is here.
Yes. You know, it's funny. When we first started this, we're like, okay, we need to start at 4:00, and then we realized that it takes people a while to get here. You know, I mean, because amazingly, not everybody's just
They
sitting.
forget. Well, you know, I was 20 minutes late to a 1 o'clock meeting today.
Were you?
Because I was sitting at my desk and I just forgot.
I forgot my earplugs. Open that thing. I'll be right back. I've got to go get my earplugs because, you know, what?
Dad, do you want to open this?
I'll open it.
Okay. I mean, you're the one that bought it.
No. I like my earplugs.
Because I have a problem.
What? You have an empty glass?
Just one?
I have an empty glass. I was gonna have a beer all ready to go, and then my mom decided that it was time to drink this one that we keep forgetting about.
That I bought in December?
When were you up there with Bill?
I don't remember. December or January. Not too long ago.
I'm excited though. It's in a cool bottle.
Well, I bought it because it was a good tasting beer.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought it. I can't get my hand around the cork to get it out of there. Entertain them.
Oh boy.
Let me entertain you.
Here's my problem. I'm not entertaining unless I have them to make fun of. So, hi. Shut up. What do you want me to do?
I don't know. Here, cut your wrist.
Ah.
Are we laughing at Jillian?
We are.
Trigger warning.
Why are we laughing at Jillian?
Because we can.
Oh, well, that's a good reason. I like it. So,
Tori, I'm not, or Chris, no, I'm not going to rap. Tori, thank you for your words of encouragement.
Jillian can rap.
Okay.
Do something from Hamilton.
No, I will not. I will not have this be preserved on the internet
but
forever.
Christina Koya, hey, Martin. Oh, extra video.
Chris,
yeah.
Stop encouraging this.
Jillian needs to rap.
I am
She does.
far, so I can say the words really fast, but
Right
I am so white. Y'all, you don't,
You're not as white as Dad is.
I mean,
No,
that's
you're
true.
not.
I don't think anybody is really.
Oh, well. It's sad. Jillian doesn't love her
There you go.
people.
Look, Chris
Chris
has
wants
heard
you
me
to
rap.
sing Hamilton. Ooh, look at that.
What song, Chris? What song from Hamilton do you want? There's 42 of them.
Guns and chips.
No. Sondheim Patter song? I wish I knew a Sondheim Patter song by heart. I really wanted to learn Beans from Into the Woods, which is that Sondheim?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I really wanted to learn that, but I just haven't. The first Patter song I don't know if it was a Patter song. Modern Major General?
Yes.
I mean, it has a tune.
What's the very
Yes.
what's the very model of a modern major general?
I am the very model of a modern
Yeah,
major
something
general.
like that.
Of information, vegetable, animal, and mineral.
She loves that,
And no, it doesn't have a tune. It's a rap.
more or less.
No, it's I am the very model of a modern major general.
There's
An
part of it
information,
that does.
vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England and I quote the first historical from Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical.
okay.
Like, it's actually got a tune.
Does that count, Chris?
No. Oh God, she stop talking about the greens. I wish I knew that. Greens, and nothing but greens, and that's all I've got. Although except for that one part,
Are you sure about that?
she gets like
Mine's not fine with it.
very,
We are
you know,
like,
she,
yes.
you know, and bang, crash, the lightning flashed, and that's another story. Never mind. Anyway, like it's like my favorite part of the whole song. Anyway,
Oh, we're just
somebody
watching the Jillian
stop
show.
me. You
So-
said to entertain the people. That's what I'm trying to do.
So Jill and I were busy
I
last
am
weekend.
a Patter song.
It was the first virtual and for its first bagpipe competition of any type of the year. We competed in the Ohio Scottish Games. And it was Jillian's first competition as a grade 2 piper.
I'm not counting this one.
Well, we needed that. We needed to get used to it. So Jillian, you know, both of us entered just a little bit. Jillian, I think you entered one.
Yeah, so I have to learn a whole lot of new music, and I did not have time to do that, so.
Grade 2 piping, the way it's different than grade 3. Grade 3, you prepare a tune, and then you play the tune. In grade 2, you prepare double the number of tunes that you normally would, and then when it's about time to play, the judges will tell you which tunes they want to hear, which is tricky in more than one way, because for example, if you're playing, there's a set called a March Strathspey Reel, which is 3 different time signatures, 3 different styles of music, and it's called an MSR. So you learn what?
Nothing.
No, Jillian's.
Oh, I was gonna give different, like, like
Okay, so here's a march. That's a march?
Yep.
Okay, so
Well,
sassy
no,
sounding.
it would be Scotland Brave is one that everybody
Right.
Well, that's a 4/4.
Okay, so
or
then
I already go, huh?
so you've got
Also a
real
march.
straight. Then you have a Strathspey, which is the devil's own. It's there's a pulsing to it. that's tricky.
Oh my god, I'm trying to remember my Strasbe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you have a reel, which is a dance tune, like Scottish country dancing. So the trick is that you learn an MSR as a set. But if you're in grade 2, you'll give them 2 marches, 2 Strasbes, and 2
Live.
reels.
It didn't come up.
And they'll decide which ones they want to hear. So it might not be how you're used to playing them together. It might be, but it might not be. So you've got to be ready. Anyway, that's a tricky thing. So yeah, she has to learn more music to give them the choices.
Yep. Luckily, I have a really awesome teacher who gives me a lot of really awesome music, and I don't know what's going on there. It's not. Oh, there we go. It's up now.
So
Which at some point, once I learn them, I'll be playing them for you guys and telling you all the really cool stories that go with them, because there are some really fun stories.
yes, I competed in one event in bass because that was all that was offered, and one out of 2 events that were offered in grade 4 senior snare. So I'm still learning my march set. I haven't finished learning it yet.
Well, what are you waiting for?
I practice it almost every day. I'm looking at both of you.
What? I can play it.
Is this
From
the
memory.
is this the 2020 Caribbean Shade?
I don't need to play it from memory. I can play it with music because it's not my competition.
It's true. It's true. So anyway,
I don't know what that is. I don't remember.
No, it's called
Caribbean
Caribbean
Shade.
Shade,
It's
but
All right, that
it's
is.
probably 2020 because that's when he bought it.
It was bottled in 2020.
Blend 2.
It was bottled in
I'm
2020.
just gonna
Whatever
call
that
it
means.
2020.
Anyway, so hey,
Why don't we play some music?
I think that's a great idea.
should I do story before or after?
Oh, let's talk about it before.
Okay.
Kill Too Many Colors.
Okay, so we're going to do the murder set.
Yeah, the murder set.
Okay, so we started calling it the murder set because we have to call it something short. And the 2 tunes in it are Kilworth Hills and the Bloody Fields of Flanders. So when we marched, Steve, we had to have a hand signal because we couldn't hear each other. And his hand signal was that, which is stabby, kind of a...
Worked. Everybody knew what I was talking about.
It was. But I did a little research. And Kilworth Hills has an interest, has a backstory, which is kind of neat. It's a small village in North Cork. And usually when you have Kill, that's usually Irish, from what I
Yes,
understand.
Chris, absolutely Ned Flanders. Yes.
So it basically means Church of the Order.
Right, because Kill means church.
Kill is church, yes.
K-I-L, 1 L.
Yes. It was the scene of some battles in the War of 1641. And during the usurpation of Cromwell, by whom the manor was given to Fleetwood, whose name
Fleetwood
it still
Mac?
bears.
Fleetwood Mac?
Yes.
Mick Fleetwood?
Yes. That would be it. McFleetwood.
Ah, Mick Fleetwood.
Yes.
Ah.
Sorry. In July 1642, a castle, which name I am not going to try and pronounce, on the banks of the river, which I'm also not going to try and pronounce, near the town, was supposed to be built by the family of the Condons. Anyway,
I thought condoms were supposed to prevent families.
Condon.
Oh,
Stop.
okay.
This is history, and it's important. Anyway, it was taken by a descendant of the original founder eventually, who surprised the garrison and either put them to death or detained them as prisoners.
Ah.
So, even though Kill means church, it's still kind of a bloody tune.
Yeah.
It's
And
the bloody field of Flanders.
And speaking of bloody tunes, the bloody field of Flanders doesn't really need a history. Anybody who knows about World War I knows that Flanders Field... Why are you smiling? This is so serious.
I'm sorry, because Chris is encouraging him.
Oh, don't encourage him, Chris. So, that was one of the killing fields of the Great War, or the First World War. In fact, there's poppies growing there today, and poppies are symbolic of the blood.
Isn't that what the, who was it, Crosby, Stills and Nash? Where have all the flowers
No.
gone?
That was another thing. Anyway, I'm not
Long time
done.
passing. Okay.
I'm not done.
All right.
And it wasn't Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Who was it?
Don't even start. It was before that. I'm not thinking about that. Leave me alone.
It's gonna be
So-
that kind of day, apparently.
So basically, there's a lot of bagpipe tunes today that people know. The Battle of the Somme and the Bloody Fields of Flanders, which were written in the trenches
Oh,
in
that's
World
cool.
War I. A lot of them, some of them are very well known. A lot of them have been lost. Bloody Fields is not one of them. But there's a research project trying to uncover some of this music that was composed by pipers in the killing fields of World War I. In case we haven't mentioned it before, there were about 2,500 pipers involved in World War I. About 500 were said to have been killed, and another 600 were wounded. I know. The losses were so great in the early stages of the war that the tradition of pipers leading Scottish regiments into battle was supposedly banned by the War Office. But you know, Scots, they did it anyway.
A little
They
hard-headed.
kept doing it. And so, anyway,
Alright, should we play it?
yep. So yeah, so Flanders Fields in France. So I guess we're playing an Irish tune and a French tune. What do you think
How's it
about that?
There you go. Okay.
Because this one I always
Oh,
remember
hey.
has the drum score, the da da da.
So-
da,
Right.
da,
I want to say hi to Harvey, and I want to say hi to Tom. You
Tom.
recognize the room we're in? Your bedroom? Yes.
Your Majesty.
We're in your bedroom.
It's a little different than it was. back
Yeah,
then.
he rearranged.
He did. Because he couldn't have it. He's preserving, you know, he's afraid. He was afraid to walk in here and think about you and cry all the time.
That's what happens when I think about Tom too. I just weep.
Cry.
It's
His face
just
was cry.
so much crying.
So much crying.
You hard to play the bass on?
Nice.
We usually don't march with it that fast. That would be a
No.
hell of a run.
We just a little side note. Normally at this time of year, we are in the middle of Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras, yeah.
Yeah, if y'all thought we were crazy during Renaissance Festival season, whoo,
We
boy.
are
No,
crazy.
it's a Mardi Gras.
So I think probably our busiest Mardi Gras season, we marched with a pipe band in 10 different parades over 3 weekends. Now
I think 12 was the record.
12?
I thought it was 12.
Okay. The busiest of those, of course. So we start, 2 or 3 weeks
10.
before Mardi Gras.
One,
Keep talking,
Keep
let him
talking.
talk.
Okay.
Let him count.
Because he's going to count, because that's what he does.
3, 4.
But here's the
5,
craziest part, especially for the
7,
3 of us, is Mardi Gras weekend. The worst year, we marched Thursday before Mardi Gras. Then Friday before Mardi Gras, we went to a cocktail party. We have a friend who lives out west, and he's a member of a couple of crews, and doesn't know people locally as much. He brings some friends, but he always invites us to these parties that he goes to. So he's responsible for this. So Thursday we march. Friday night we go to a King's cocktail party and stay up late. And then Saturday morning we march. And when I say march, understand I'm talking 4 to 5 mile parades that take about four hours
5
or so.
hours, yeah.
So Saturday morning we march.
Depending on whether a horse drops dead in the route or not.
Right, which has happened.
Yes.
Saturday night we usually go out to dinner with our friend. Sunday morning we march. Sunday night we went to the Bacchus Ball, which doesn't even really get started until 10 o'clock and ends at 3. Monday I sleep, but Steve goes and he would go and play at a private party that happened every year at Arno's restaurant in New Orleans, and then also march around in the French Quarter because he's crazy.
I've done that a couple of times too.
Yes.
We played for Andy Garcia.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
And then Tuesday morning we get up and march in our final parade of the Mardi Gras season.
And then we go home and we die.
Yep. And hopefully it's early enough that it's not right back to back up against St. Patrick's Day.
It was 12 parades, counting 2 for St. Patrick's Day.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay, that's what
It
I'm
was
So
10
10
Mardi
Mardi Gras.
Gras and
2
2
St.
St. Patrick's.
Our St.
But-
Patrick's
but
Day
that
parades are usually
year-
not that bad.
That year, St. Patrick's Day started the weekend after Fat Tuesday.
God.
So it was continuous. It just never stopped.
And thank you, William. It was Pete Seeger. And yes, Pam is very careful to let us know that this was also her bedroom, but not at the same time as Tom's. And we'll just go with that.
Yeah.
This is also Chris Hoya's bedroom at some
Yeah.
point.
It is. So we've got 3 people right now who are watching who have slept in this room.
That's the whole reason they're watching, I'm sure.
It
Tom
is.
shared.
They just
They're
want to
just
see their
keeping an
room.
eye on it, yeah.
Tom shared with 2 other guys. What can I say?
They
Well,
had
they were-
bunk beds.
Lords of Adventure.
I made fun of their bunk beds.
You should have.
Not to their face, which I probably should have.
And Weston says that his grandfather was a piper in the Royal Irish Guards in World War II. I didn't realize that the Irish also had pipers in World War II. So
That's really cool.
it is, because,
Especially, I mean, you didn't read his whole story. He had 3 sets
Oh,
of
yes.
pipes riddled with bullets, but never got hit himself.
I wonder if
It's
those
amazing.
pipes are also in a museum. There's a guy, Bill McMillan,
McMillan
and
who recently died. Well,
he
recently,
did,
last
well,
couple of years.
last few years.
2 or
But
3
his
years.
pipes are actually in the Scottish War Museum. In fact, I think he was shot and the pipes were... He was shot, and he went down on his knees and continued playing on his knees until finally the pipes were shot and he couldn't
I
hear in the
don't
back.
think that was McMillan. McMillan was the one that marched back and forth across the bridge, and the Germans wouldn't shoot him because they thought he was crazy, and they didn't want to shoot a crazy man.
Well, nevertheless,
That's
the
nice of
pipes
them.
got shot because the
Yeah.
pipes are in the museum.
Okay.
Because
Yes.
the pipes got shot.
Look, when Sandy Jones, or whoever it was, says shoot the pipe, some people just take it very literally.
Very literally. So should we talk about what we're drinking before we talk too
Yeah.
much more?
Why not?
Sure.
I haven't tasted this yet, so we'll get first reaction. So this is the Caribbean Shade,
Yes.
which is funny. What kind of a beer is this? For me to prepare my mouth.
It is an Imperial Stout.
Wow. With aged in rum, I'm guessing.
Oh, let me look.
This is from Parish Brewing in
bourbon,
Broussard.
actually.
Bourbon? What?
And rum.
Okay,
So, here, would you like me to read you the blurb?
please.
Aged for a year in 4 Roses, Weller Bourbon, and Caribbean rum barrels, all quietly waiting to be blended and conditioned. Once out of the barrel, separate editions of toasted coconut and coconut cream were added. along with a dusting of cassia bark to enhance the warm, toasted tones of the beer. Finally, an addition of Tahitian vanilla added baking spice and chocolate depth to an already rich base.
I am here for this.
Flavor highlights of rum cookies, chocolate coconut flakes, and salty ocean air. And
I'm afraid now.
I was gonna say,
I mean, it can't
what's the
possibly-
with an 11.5%
Which is
ABV?
why
Have
I'm
fun.
only having this.
11.5.
So I don't know how it
Yes.
could possibly live up to that, quite frankly.
Well, that's why I brought it home. Because it did live up to that.
Okay, I got the salt immediately, and now I'm getting the vanilla and the rum.
The rum was the first flavor I got.
I got the salt first.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wonder where the salt comes from.
I don't know. So,
Wow.
well, what were you drinking before you poured yourself that, Dad?
Well, I dug in the back of the beer refrigerator and I found an old Samuel Adams Oktoberfest. And I figured I'd probably see if it was still any good. And it was. Sam Adams Oktoberfest was a pretty good beer.
And Chifuncta last night. We stopped by Chifuncta to watch some of the Super Bowl, which like,
Don't?
look, is it too much to ask for Tom Brady to freaking lose? Is that too much
Apparently
to
it
ask?
is. Don't. Don't.
Tom Brady has more Super Bowl wins
Like-
than any other football team.
See, he's right. Nobody supports him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So we went there and pulled out a bunch of old crowlers that had been just hanging out in the back of the thing. So like a crowler, we tend to tell people that it lasts for about a month. These were from September and October. So yeah. The spliff juice was pretty good.
That came out of Randall's fridge.
Okay, I was wondering where that came
Yeah.
from. And then the Coastal Harmony was one of my absolute favorite beers that Chifuncta has done, and I found that crowler a while back and asked Josh if I could buy it from him. And instead of letting me do that, he just brought it out to like share with some of the regulars. So it was okay. It didn't age as well as I had hoped.
Chris says the weekend concert was something, but it was weird that they were playing with a ball or something before and after it.
Yeah, I know. Like they always have like there's a weird like game of catch before and after the concerts. I don't know.
Anyway, so
This time it was called Catch number 15, I think his number was. Patrick Mahomes for Kansas City. They never blocked for him.
They were interviewing him this morning, and he looked so sad.
They
have
all
sports
over.
channels on at my gym, and
so for Martin, who lives in a place where football is something a lot more real, we're talking about American football.
yeah. Anyway,
I made your demo.
I was reading an article in a Scottish email that I get from a Scottish newspaper, and they were talking about football and how this team, the Scots, beat the English in the English backyard. But they're saying football, so I'm looking at it. I'm
Like
saying,
we
okay,
do.
I'm thinking soccer, and it's not. It was rugby.
Yes.
oh,
Interesting.
I was very surprised.
so
Yes,
I made your domo.
I made your domo.
Should we talk about it?
We should.
So, the people that are responsible for Steve playing bagpipes besides me is a group called the Rogues. We first saw them at a Renaissance festival a long time ago. In fact, before we were married.
Yeah.
So it's more than 35 years.
It was no. They didn't come out until the 90s.
Well, nevertheless, Steve loved it. It re-inspired him to do something he'd always wanted to do, and the pipers were very encouraging.
Nice guys.
Tom Campbell, Laura Sloan, Jimmy
Yes.
Mitchell, Brian Blaylock.
So
who's
he's
the
not a
drummer.
piper.
He's a drummer.
And
Randy Watke, drummer.
So we since have become friends with them. In fact, Randy Watke every year, but this and the plague year, has come out to the festival, and we are honored to have him playing with us. Was playing snare with us on our stage. He actually was playing with the Hamilton Pipe Band when it was the first time a North American band got an American band got first place in grade 3.
Yeah.
At the Worlds. Anyway, so
Very talented players, all of them.
and one of their most innovative composers is Lars Sloan, who I believe went open when he was 12.
Something
He
ridiculous.
started
He was
playing
some
young.
ridiculous.
He's played for the Queen, and he writes some really cool stuff. One of his tunes that we like to play is Cullen Anderson.
Yeah.
But this one's another one that we've been working up. called Pipe Major Domo. And again, it's not a traditionally structured pipe tune.
Yep.
What's the time signature on that?
Well, it starts.
It switches around.
It starts
Switches
in
around.
4/4, and then about a third of the way through switches to 5/4.
For a couple of measures. Then it goes back.
Yeah, and then like towards the end it goes into 6/4.
Yeah.
Martin, I feel your pain. I've done that. Go in and try one beer and then end up 20 beers later saying, oh shit, what have I done?
Yeah, I have been to beer tastings and like they pull you in because they're like, oh, it's just a
They
sample.
do.
it's just a sample.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It's only an ounce.
And then
It's all four.
you've sampled 5 or 6 beers that are upwards of 10%, and
Then you've done 40 beers.
And you've done 40 of
Yep.
them, which
Or-
means
and
you've
then
had,
somebody
you know,
brings in a
15.
bottle of bourbon,
Yeah.
As one does.
as one does.
We didn't
And
get
beer
to have.
tastings.
There's one here that we always play for. We have played for beer tastings, which basically say, hey, look, will you play at the beginning and maybe at the end or sometime in the middle, and you get to come for free. So this is where our rule comes into play. It's okay if we're drunk, but everybody listening to us has to be drunker.
That was one of the best audiences I have ever played for
Oh,
in
gosh.
my life. Like, what was it, 2 or 3 hours
Yes.
of beer tasting? People are completely shit-faced, and
But they started a half an hour before us, so they were more so than we were.
yes. So we were still sober enough to play, and all we had to do was play the opening bars when the Saints come marching in, and we couldn't hear ourselves because they were cheering so loudly. Like, it was intense and awesome, and I loved that
Am
energy.
I recalling that you were not yet 21 at that time?
I couldn't drink at that point, yeah. And for that one, playing beer tastings when you're under 21 is not fun.
Playing bars. Well, no, but you could drink, but you didn't. We got you beer.
I mean, you gave me beer, but I couldn't go get my own beer.
Yes, but your parents took care of you.
They did. They're
We
good like
corrupted
that.
you. We taught you
I'm
bad
so
habits.
She was
corrupted.
over 18. Wasn't
Yeah.
like she was 12.
Although
I mean,
we did the
I was
same
gonna
kind of
say,
stuff
he was
when you were
giving me-
12.
I tried my first sip of scotch when I was about 12. He let me
Yeah.
try it. It was disgusting, and I hated it. And then I didn't touch it again until I was 17 and in Scotland. So,
I am absolutely not certain what I'm going to do this to.
Randy started out on
well, we're not doing
sequel, but
the...
we're
not
not
doing
doing
the
that. We're not
fast
doing the
one.
slow part. Brian did the bowling in the faster part.
I wonder
have fun.
how you think about this. Yeah, they practice, but they don't tell me. They don't say, hey, come and do the drum. They just sort of do it while I'm at work. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Ashika.
Shall we?
Let's go.
for more than just.
Are we gonna do
Sunday.
the fast part?
I don't want to do it exactly like they
Well,
do
the
it.
way the Rogues did it was they played it. Da 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 bum ba da da da.
Why are you telling her she knows? Tell them.
Well, they can hear me. I'm moving the drums so I can sit down.
Yeah.
And then they sped it up to ba da da dum ba da 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 da, which is about at this point the limit of my finger speed. Once I know the tune better, maybe.
Anyway, it's a cool tune, and Laura's
It's a really
you
cool
done
tune.
good yet again.
Yep.
Yet again. I would like to refer everybody. It is their Off Kilter CD, which has been out for probably
Hi, Ainsley.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been out for a while, but it's the first bagpipe CD nominated for a Grammy, as far as we know.
Mhm.
And it was good. It was really good. They're awesome.
It didn't make the first cut, but it was
You
nominated
didn't
in.
have to say that.
It was nominated in. Oh, what was the category? Not country
World music. World music.
Yeah, something like that.
I think. Anyway, it was nominated. So,
But it was an awesome CD.
yes, still
Still
really
is.
like it. Yes. So, I recommend looking them up.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I just got a late Christmas present. Anybody who sees us on social media probably
yeah.
saw it. Jillian and Steve got me a wee box, which is this little box you get every month from Scotland, and it's got 4 or 5 things made in Scotland that are really Scottish, and it's all wrapped in Scottish newspapers, and I don't know. I just giggled. I loved it so much.
There's neat stuff in there.
Yeah, I've got a. Let's see. This one had a little sign with Highland coos, Highland cows for you Americans, which are basically the Scottish Terrier of cattle, and I love them. And they're prehistoric and terrifying. They look cuddly in pictures, but they're short, have long hair, and horns, big horns,
And they give no fucks.
and none. And anyway, there's a thing, it's something like "Welcome to our Highland herd" or something like that I'm waiting for Steve to hang up for me.
Yes. I think it's just welcome to our herd.
Welcome to our herd.
She
And
obviously
then
hasn't been in the kitchen lately.
Wait, did you actually hang it up?
The hook is there.
the hook is there. Cool. I get to hang it up. Thank you, honey. Anyway,
I
there
bet
was.
you didn't check your ashtray in your car either.
I didn't.
That's fixed too.
Thank you. I've got the best husband.
Ainsley says boo.
Well, I mean, why would I check it when it hasn't been working? Anyway, also they had little sugar mice, which was a kind of a confection made in Scotland with a
Tasty.
part of Robert Burns' poem. So it was a January box when Robert
It
Burns
was all birds
wrote this.
themed.
So it had the to a mouse on it. A book of Robert Burns Every Day, which gives me a Robert Burns reading every day for the first 3 months. It's an abridged version. And really cool necklace, sterling silver with Glencoe, the hills of Glencoe on it. And
A little house with that you can put a
and a
candle
little
in.
house, a little Scottish house that I can put.
It's a ceramic thing.
Yeah,
You
a
put
candle
candles.
in. So I'm just delighted. So can't wait for next month.
Yes.
But if anybody,
It shipped.
is it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it said that it'll probably take about 20 days. I mean, it's the February box.
It's the February box.
And it's coming from Scotland, and there's COVID and all
Yada,
the
yada,
things.
yada,
But, you
yada.
know.
So, but yeah, if anybody decides you're gonna get it because I've told you about it, like shoot me a little message on Facebook and say, "Hey, I'm getting it," so I will tell them that I referred you, and then you and I both get something extra in our
Wow.
box. Just saying.
Well, that's fun.
That's a good way to do it. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow, silence.
This
yes,
is
I
good.
see. Oh, I was just looking at things.
That is really tasty. I'm gonna have to go
Ainsley
back to
says
Paris
moo.
and get some more.
Yes.
Moo. Cows.
No, it's just that Martin and Weston are having a chit chat.
Love that.
I do too. Oh, and Martin, no, I'm not gonna play my snare tonight. I wanted to play every time. And then we wind up the week gets away from us and we don't think ahead of time and then,
Yeah.
so,
Well, we did this time with Pipe Major Domo. We've been working on that
Yeah.
for a week and a half.
that's true. But,
Alright, snare.
Anyway, Martin, okay, alright, this is in front of witnesses. I'll play my snare next week.
All right. Let's figure out what
If y'all
play
tell
then.
me what y'all are doing, because I can put together buskers, I can put together,
Well,
you
we
know,
can play your competition
mass
set.
band scores. We've done it.
Oh.
That?
Your,
We've done parts of it.
your Myrtle's wedding.
Yeah,
set.
I'm not really quite ready.
Okay.
I need to be.
We'll figure something out.
But yes, we will. Martin, I will pull it out next week. I promise. After I've had a chance to loosen up my singles a little bit. Yeah.
What time is it?
4:40.
Well, so it's that time then.
Is it?
I
Yeah.
To play David's tune?
Well, to play our quick march.
We're gonna play.
Oh.
We're gonna play a very quick march.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So-
Partially in honor of the Super Bowl last
Yes,
night. It's
and in
because
honor of
I'm
Mardi
not
Gras.
bitter.
When we are in marching, when we're marching for Mardi Gras, a lot of times, so floats do this thing where they stop, and then they try, and so we're right behind them, and then they'll decide, oops, I gotta catch up. So we get further behind, and when toward the end of the parade after the reviewing stand, that happens a lot. So we play a tune that we can play, a set that we can play fast in order to catch up, and that's what this is.
But also,
So we're
you
doing
know,
3-1-1.
We're doing
Yep.
3-1-1. Yes.
Okay, so basically this is, in case anybody doesn't know,
Yeah,
we
'cause
live near New Orleans, and our professional football team is the New Orleans Saints. And so it's important for everybody around here to know the song When the Saints Go Marching In, because that's it. For some reason, I'm still not happy about it. I'm not. I just don't feel like it's... Anyway, we put that together with... Oh, it's because New Orleans Pipes and Drum.
I was gonna
March.
say, we did not do this.
Yeah, Pipes and Drum to New Orleans did it.
So it's one of their tunes.
It's been a set for them for 20 plus years.
So
at
they'll
least.
play the Marine Corps hymn with it. Steve really likes playing it when we walk by Marines, and they like it too, except they have to stand at attention while we're doing it.
Well, I like it less since I realized they had to stand up.
Right.
I used to do it just because, hey, you're a Marine, let me play this tune for you. And then they'd all snap to attention. It's like, something's weird.
I want them to learn Iko Iko to play with When the Saints Go Marching In, because that works. It does. Iko Iko is a Mardi Gras chant. Anyway, so without further ado,
Talking about hey now.
are we getting up or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, am I the only one with shoes on?
Yes.
No, I'm not.
Oh, God.
Don't be a dick. can't play it that fast, or I won't play it that fast, or whatever,
Well,
and I get
there's
so
2 or 3 of us that
bored.
can. There's 2 or 3 of us that can play that fast.
Yeah, the
But,
pipe band as a
but-
whole.
But only a few of us can do it.
Yes.
All right. Quarter till.
Well, excellent.
Perfect timing.
All right, so we're not playing. We're
Oh.
finishing up with that. That's okay.
So we can play for Bill.
David.
David. I thought it was Bill.
David.
Oh well. All right.
Just do Scotland?
Yeah, we can just do Scotland Brave.
Cool. So anyway, time for us to wrap it up. I've been home from work like half an hour before we went on, and this is why I'm always wearing the same shirt. This is my work shirt. I suppose for those who are fashion conscious, I could change. So, David, because we love you, Scotland the Brave.
There you
I
go.
forgot.
Thanks for
That
tuning
was
in,
fun.
as always, you guys. It is
Yes.
lovely
Thank
to see
you
you
very
all.
much. We're going to decide, hopefully today, what we're going to play
Yeah,
next
we'll see.
week so I can start practicing.
You
Why
have a
would
good
we
week
do
too,
that
Pam.
So early.
Yes, it was so lovely to see all of you. Okay, what is that?
What is what?
And yay, you're quite welcome, David. It's kind of fun to have a tune to wrap up. Kind of a marginally unknown tune.
Yeah.
Needs to
Yeah.
be played more. Ooh, Martin says a great quick march is Killaloo Irish Guards March Past. So,
Martin keeps giving us tunes to learn. We need to actually learn
well, we
them.
should, because, we were having trouble for a while finding good Irish tunes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we asked Martin to help.
Because we play a lot of St. Patrick's Day things.
Yep.
And it would just be nice.
Although
Although,
Chris,
the one Irish parade that we play every year, and are playing this year, the leader of the crew of Aaron, there's one tune that he wants, and he will sit there and keep feeding us $20 until
we
as
are
long
happy to
as
do
we
it.
play it. And it's Scotland the Brave.
He walked up one year and tossed a $100 bill in the hat and said, "I'm paying you in advance. You have to play it as many times as I want. I can't afford you otherwise."
He's like, we never told you 20s. You could have gone with 5s.
yep.
So
But
yeah,
he's a judge. What do you do?
I think he's a retired
Retired judge.
Louisiana Supreme Court judge. So
Yep.
Or
And
district.
we don't care who he is.
He's pretty cool.
He's got, he pays us to play Scotland Brave. We are happy to play Scotland Brave
Take his
for him.
money.
And yeah.
And he's an Irish cousin, so there.
Yep. And on that note, I guess I'll do the close up this time.
Awesome.
yes.
Alrighty.
Go be
Thank
awkward.
you for spending your Monday afternoon or evening in some of you guys'
We will
cases.
see you guys
Go to
next
bed, Martin.
week. Yeah, go to bed. Bye.